Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the best damn show on the planet, the Media Project Show, hosted by your man, Clint Africa. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're feeling good. Hope you had a great weekend. And hope you guys watched WandaVision Episode 6, Season 1, because it was a banger of an episode. Seriously. But before I continue, this podcast is sponsored by ULeap. So if you have a talent, if you have a skill, if you have a qualification, check out the website. Do you want your goods delivered? Do you want something picked up? Check out ULeap. There's something for everyone. Let's talk about WandaVision Episode 6. Wow, a lot was revealed in the episode. Let's start at the beginning. Episode started with, remember the last era was the 80s. Yeah, it was the 80s. So we were expecting it to be the 90s. So when it came on, there was this whole like, welcome to the middle. You know, that series which was 2000s, and they were talking to the camera, Billy and Tommy was actually talking to the camera in this one, so it was cool to see that. And it's funny that they said Petro acting as himself, so it was a funny point of weird kind of point of WandaVision. Anyway, we went on with the story, and after the intro it immediately cuts like to the outside world, and in the outside world it's immediately after the episode 5, so time moves slower, or much slower in the outside compared to inside the X, what Wanda's created, sort of. So it was quite interesting to watch that part. So the drone, they had the drone, Darcy and them came out, Monica and Bo, and they were questioning the acting director of S.W.O.R.D, like why did he do that and stuff like that. So on the drone, going back to the drone, the red sort of light on the drone, but if you look closer at Stark Industries, which is quite cool, Tony Stark. So they were going back and forth, and then Haywood was like, look, you always on the superpower side, people, we know you got history with Captain Marvel. So that's the second time someone mentioned Captain Marvel and Monica Rambeau. So they're definitely building up Captain Marvel too, because Monica Rambeau is going to be in that, she's going to appear in that. So I like that angle they're going with there. And also during this episode we find out a few things like later on where she wants to go back into the X, and Darcy says, look, your cells are changing, and if you go in again it's gonna totally change your DNA, you know. And she's like, yeah, well, whatever, I've seen a lot of doctor certificates or whatever. So that was quite interesting. But this episode was about Halloween. Everyone likes Halloween, everyone likes dressing up. So Wanda was dressed up as her original look from the comics, and so when she came down, Billy said to her, Mom, do you look like a old Red Riding Hood? And she didn't take that well, but that's quite funny. And then Vision came down, or Vision was there, and then he was dressing something funny, and then he just said, that was the only thing in my wardrobe, dear. And then Wanda just looked at him and he was like, I'm just kidding, you like Mexican. And then they said something in Mexican, so that was pretty weird. So he said he's gonna go off to the neighborhood watch, and she was like, no, it's your first Halloween with the family and what. Then Quicksilver came, and Quicksilver was like, no, don't worry, I'll be a father figure. And it seems he's obviously after Wanda, because just switching back to the MCU outside the hexagon, Haywood's angle was to chase Vision and not really Wanda. He just wants to like kill Wanda, because Vision has tech in there, and they obviously want to take advantage of that tech, because the world that we know it now, there's aliens, there's you know, the multiverse is going to come about soon. Definitely the mutant story is going to drive. So very interesting where Marvel and Kevin Feige is going. It's going to be a very interesting story. And this Disney Plus shows, it gives you more character driven sort of episodes. The action, the dialogue, the storytelling is brilliant. You get side actors or the supporting cast that's getting more of a role in the MCU, and people starting to like this. So it's a very intriguing show. It's actually the most watched TV show on the planet. So if you guys are not on the bandwagon, jump on the bandwagon, because it's something for everyone. You're gonna enjoy WandaVision, seriously. So yeah, the episode was pretty intense, because we found out that Wanda actually has a lot of control over this hex, and Pietro having the conversation with her where Wanda tries to test him. He looks like the X-Men Fox version, but he has the memories of Pietro of Age of Ultron. I think definitely there's a antagonist in this. It could be Nightmare or Mephisto, because Quicksilver always mentioned demons to Speedy and or Billy and Tommy. So they show their powers in this episode, which is really interesting. So Billy has the speed factor, he's really fast like Pietro, Quicksilver, and then Tommy has the power of his mother, and he was actually like dressed up as like, he looked like Doctor Strange actually. If you watch the episode, he definitely had Doctor Strange colors, so just to point it out. As Vision is going away from the town center, the people are kind of glitching. So there's a lady and a guy stuck in a loop, and there's a tear coming out of the lady's face, and that was quite dramatic, probably the pain they're going through. And he goes right to the end, and the people are like stuck, and he gets Agnes there, and he speaks to Agnes. He wakes up Agnes like with this touch of his hands on her head. And very interesting, she says, "Hey, you're an Avenger," and he's like, "What's an Avenger? But I am Vision." Then she asks Vision, "Am I alive?" She's like, "Yeah, you are alive. Why should you not?" And then he said, "No, because you are dead." And he's like, "What are you saying?" And then she Agnes, which they're thinking is the Hex, obviously behind this. She could also be playing because she had Naughty in this episode with the Malcolm in the Middle type of buzz. Yeah, I mean, it's just a lot to speak about, honestly, especially the end part where Wanda blasts Pietro after he mentioned some hectic thing about Vision dying twice, and now Wanda just stops the whole reality and expands the hexagon, because Vision was trying to get out of the hexagon to the people, saying that they need help in there, and then because Vision is outside, he's been ripped apart, been pulled back into the hex. Really dramatic, and then Wanda extends the hex, and it just flows, and it gets all the soldiers and so forth, and it turns them into clowns, and it turns it into a circus. So a very funny ending, but it shows that Wanda has a lot of power. But she had a very interesting conversation with Pietro. Pietro asks, "Yeah, I'm pretty impressed in what you've done here, but how did you actually do it?" And Wanda replies, "To tell you the truth, I don't actually know. So someone might have started this. It's definitely coming to the third act of the series. This was the second, or the ending of the second act. So can't wait for next Friday. What do you guys think? Did you watch the episode? This is obviously a spoiler recap of WandaVision season 1 episode 6. So what do you guys think? I would like to know in the comments what you thought of the episode, and are you psyched up for the next episode this coming Friday? So I'd like to know your thoughts. But thanks a lot, and keep well.